procedure has been stated. The procedure has been stated for the party. The first grade post has been stated for the party that meets the criteria. But mind you, there are exceptional rules to that same quotation that has been put up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chang, though the youngest on the rostrum, but we are going to be savoring quite so much from his intellect. We have somebody here who comes, in the regalia of an academician, somebody who earned a doctorate degree about 2 years ago, and he has visited a lot of media organs to give them the buoyance that it deserves, and always when he's needed to answer present on this kind of in-depth political program, he is always there to answer present. Dr. Christian Bear is with us this evening. You're welcome, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Mabel, for inviting me. It's my pleasure to be on a panel like this, to talk about the things that is the core of our society. Is the core of our nation. Politics is one of the things that makes shape any country and shape every nation. And no matter the dynamics of the political, landscape of the country, it will determine how the country will move. It will determine the will of the people. It will determine the developmental structure and the mindset, psychological mindset of the people. So we believe that whatever have happened, that some parties are eligible for the election and some are eligible for elections. We pray that let it be according to the law and according to the policy that they have put in place, and we believe that everybody respect, because we believe that this country, if it will move in a way that every party, everybody respect the law and make sure that all of us put our eye on the law and respect the law, we believe that this country will move forward. So we pray that if it's according to the law, then we are moving forward. But if it's some sort of gymnastic, we pray that those gymnastics will jump back to its own place so that we all face the law and see how it moves.
Thank you so much, Dr. Christian, and we are hoping that together we are going to be working finger and nail to make sure that this program is not only argumentative, but likewise the sole purpose educating young Cameroonians out there, especially on electoral code, electoral body, and all the shows that actually sharpens the elections in Cameroon. He is young, he's very smart, he is a fitness coach, and alongside one of the finest brains in politics that you can ever have, and would love to exchange with in every political debate. Each time he is here, he makes sure he brings all the colors that every political show is due. Mr. Cyril is here, and he is also a militant of the MRC. You're very welcome, Mr. Cyril.
Thank you, Mabel. Good evening to Dr. Christian and Mr. Pope Bertrand. It's a pleasure again to meet you on a platform and purposefully on High TV. And to you viewers, it's a pleasure again to renew. It's a new month, a month of love. I would like to welcome you into February and to celebrate the red color, as by the 14th we will have to show and acknowledge empathy towards those who are gracefully serving us every day. So today the topic is one of its kind. Camto and the MRC refusing to partake the 2020 local election knew that their fate will be in jeopardy, and we are actually living the pre-electoral season. As you may know, 2024 is already here. We are in February, and elections, general election, is next year. But if Mr. Biya for once was to respect the electoral calendar, he should be sure that the MRC will jump from the list of the ineligible for presidential race to eligible. But faithful to his style, it will be no news to us as well that he should start by conveying the electoral board for the presidential election and even postpone the local election as he did in 2018. You may know that the mandate of local administrators, mayors, municipal councillors, and even parliamentarians that just ended actually was was extended for about 2 times. So they went from a mandate of 5 years to about 6 to 7. So Ponde says Mr. Biya is faithful to that style and will definitely extend. Now, the provision of the law actually give him that power, and now he has 2 excuses that he can put forth: the insecurity that is still a reality in the northwest and the southwest. The most recent case is the Modeko gunshot that allegedly says some people died. I don't know the number. I don't know those who did the counting.
But
that is already an evidence for him to say that there is insecurity in the county, and so he can postpone local election. Secondly, war consume a lot of money, so he can talk about the economic crisis, citing the case of Sonara. We had
a fire burn.
Yes, and so on. He can say that there is no money, there is not enough money to organize local election and presidential election in a single year, 2025, and so it will be enough reason for him to postpone a local election. Whatever be the situation, I'm here to tell you tonight, dear friend, the condition under which MRC will still present a presidential candidate. Stay tuned.
Well, thank you so much. That was quite a powerful and a very, resounding introduction from the MRC militant, Mr. Cyril. I can see the comments coming in already and a lot of questions. Mr. Bertrand, the Vatican is here, and I know that you'll be that person who always, bring down fiery tempers. In your introduction, you said that a lot of young Cameroonians do not read. I know, as moderator of the program, even when I got wind of the newspaper and the headlines, it sent a shiver down my spine until I went further into my investigation and research, where one would think that there is already a visa that Kamto is out of the elections already. What do you make out of this headline?
Now, just if I pick some words from what Mr. Sidi Jomo was saying, it makes you to understand that this is at times we use it political pride that goes with negligence, because this same fate happened to the SDF and the RMC, having a very brilliant candidate which all of us feel could be the aspired one, still came between those lines to refuse participating in the last election, and that is what is causing them, because as it stands now, they don't have a senator at the Senate House. They don't have a parliamentarian. They don't have a mayor represented, a municipal council anywhere, and they don't have somebody in the recent one just created regional council. So this is all the other candidates that are cited eligible have representative in all these arms of governance. So, but now, like it is said, they have a chance of independent candidate that they can put forward, and that means by going that all of these administrative arms, the municipal councillors, the senators, the parliamentarians have to endorse 300 signatures from all the 10 regions. So it's still a chance. They are not completely out. It's still a chance. I don't think that they are completely out of the race. There's a strategy that comes back to counteract. That was just a newspaper statement, a newspaper capture. That's why I say when you read, I think the last program we had here with Mr. Siri Steele, we touched on some of these issues, and that the newspaper just came up with it again, and it's like blowing Cameroonians' mind. I need to say that Cameroonians should go further to read and do research on daily stuffs, and perhaps it's our penal code. I believe it's a book everyone should have as a Cameroonian. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pope Bertrand. Doctor, I think your voice on the program tonight is actually going to mean a lot as somebody whom I suppose should be non-partisan. Or do you have a party? Or that's something very discreet? Okay.
I don't.
But then Mr. Cyril said something, salient points, that people should also live, with open hands and with open minds, that Biya can change the cards on the table. He could still cancel elections. We are living pre-electoral season, and do you sometimes have that imagination that Biya can actually reshuffle the cards?
Biya have always been on controversial person when it comes to election in this country, where we used to bring out, some type of gimmicks where people become so surprised, and sometimes before people discover their party are already coming emerging. And it is not news for us that we have been witnessing or trying to study the political landscape of Cameroon, that the CPDM have always interfered in the law and violate laws. They are good on doing that, because the political party in this country and most political party that was created have vowed and have stood their ground and have fought that they need an independent electrician, that the CPDM have fought that it should not function, because they understood that if they have an independent and untouchable, interfering electoral bodies, opposition party may emerge without no branching. You might remember one time, even the former Minister of Territorial Administration, they must say that the CPD have not won election. So they have a card that they are playing. And it's not news that as election is coming like this, they are putting that just cards in their basket. This one is just one card they are moving to see how the reaction of the people and see the reaction of the leaders of the party, how they will react, to see maybe they are putting the next card. Maybe the other next card will be more dangerous than what we are even thinking. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the things that we are also crying in this nation, that we need an independent electoral body, that nobody should interfere, that the electoral body will function and operate based on the law, based on policies. And if we want this country to move well, if we want the parties to be serious party with that party that the function based on the will of the people, we should have an independent electoral board, which I still believe and stand that the CPD party is strong, that it should not happen because of their gymnastics that they used to do, or what I used to call electoral mapping that they used to do to come forward and say we have won election. We have seen a lot of those things happening. I myself, before I even stop, sometimes look at the Cameroon election as if it's like a scam, or a scam, it's not even possible, or it's like a joke. It's when I registered one time with Mutengene. I registered my name and found that my name was not even in the list, and they were calling me a different town that my name is there. I look like this. It's a joke. This was just madness. This is a serious event in our country that we should take it very seriously.
Very meticulously.
And nobody, by whatsoever you stand or whoever you may present yourself, we should not joke with such a thing. The law must hold on your neck, whether you are a president or not, because it is the will of the people, it's the destiny of the nation that we are talking about. Political party doesn't represent a human being, doesn't represent three standing there. It represents people who are standing behind him, because they see his ideology, they see his inspiration, they see his vision, and they believe in it. And they believe that we can invest our vote in this vision, we can invest our vote in this ideology to bring out some fruitfulness in this our country, to change this country to be a new paradigm shift of political landscape in the country. And if you deny them, it means eventually you are sinking this country on the ground. Because if you look at the electoral process in this country, it's like a sham. Because other nations are laughing at us. Because you cannot see a country whereby in 40 years we have country where we have 4 or 5 different presidents. We still tell one president and we still feel comfortable with it. And look at our infrastructures, look at it's going nowhere. No repairs, nothing. How can we be in Cameroon in this moment of time? We don't have even a company now with the road repair company that if they have any holes or whatever in the road, the company is their responsibility to repair. And then we are putting toll gate all over, and then we want to clap for a party. It's not like that.
But don't you think that the development should start somewhere? If they're putting toll gate, don't you think it's something very laudable?
It's not laudable. That one is I call it is a financial scamming that they are doing that's scamming the citizen. Why? You cannot put toll gate where you don't have a good. I'll be a Equatorial Guinea. I'll travel out of this country. Go to Equatorial Guinea. I put the toll gate. In fact, even the toll gate said the road is a nice road, very big and very good road. So you put even the normal citizen will pay the toll gate without even quarreling, because you know that the car is running on a good road. But look, let me give you an example on 1 year, just 1 year in the toll gate we have here after Tico toll gate. Well, look at the one that they make very bad road, and then they come and make a small place. It's bad. It just show our leadership. I believe that the Cameroonians are crying for a new leadership. They want to see a new face. They want to see somebody with new ideology. They want to see somebody with new vision. They want to see somebody with new aspiration and new energy to push the country forward. And I believe that the country and the government and the party in power